Yeah, we back. Turn it up just a little.
Good day, everybody. My name is Red Earth, and today we are playing some blue-black Ugin Control. I've seen several mono-white Ugin lists floating around, but I wanted to try some black, not only for hand disruption, but because it lets me try out Ketchamos. I would say that this list is pretty far from polished, and I'm kind of just stapling everything with the exile keyword together into this deck. But there are some things I do like about this list. So it hasn't undergone a lot of testing, but it has undergone some. For early game interaction, we've got Seam Rip, this Exiles, which would trigger Ketchamos. Intimidation Tactics, this Exiles but does not trigger Ketchamos because it exiles from hand, not play or graveyard. I had two slots open in the list when I cut blue, so I just threw in some Soul Guide Lanterns. There are an increasing amount of graveyard decks messing around between Chico's, Esteli decks, etc. And it's also a 1 mana artifact to trigger Ugin, so I think a lot of the time these things are going to be sideboarded out and cantripped off of, but they exist in there for some cheap to do. Strategic Betrayal. Between that and Soul Guide Lantern, this is the main way that we're going to be turning on Ketchamos in its entirety. Once we've grinded the game a little bit, once we get 7 in the exile, this guy can start attacking and gain us back some very necessary life points. Strategic Betrayal is also some early game removal for whatever that's worth. Maze Mind Tome, sorry. This one is pretty good. I've always enjoyed the lists that I play this in. If I can take things slower, especially against control, you can just draw cards repeatedly off of it. Against aggro lists, do not be afraid to burn through the scry counters because oftentimes you're not worried about the extra card advantage. You're just worrying about getting over the first hurdle of survival. And the sooner you can get the life gain trigger off of this, the better. Also, it's worth noting that if you trigger this on your turn, you get another Ketchamos trigger, so that's kind of nice. We got 4 Day of Judgment. There might be some consideration for the white spell that exiles all creatures in spacecraft. Where is it? Beyond the Quiet. The reason why I'm opting not to use that is because it eats your own Ketchamos, so that's less than ideal. In the 4-drop slot, you could easily just run Hedron. What is it? There's a 4-drop artifact that creates 2 mana and draws you to Hedron Archive. So you could be playing this. The reason why I'm opting for Solemn is because it actually hits the board and can block and absorb a couple life points. It doesn't matter so much as like an attacker, but just every speed bump you can get to push you towards Ugin to stabilize, the better. The other side does the ramping straight to Ugin, but my last several lists do a lot of ramping and don't impact the board and just die. So I'm trying to avoid that, to be honest. Trying to learn from past mistakes. Um, Ride's End is here. Most of the time, you're going to be casting this on 2, either on a tapped creature or an attacking creature that turn. Um, it's an exile piece. If you do it on your own turn, once again, Ketchamos trigger. But yeah, it's like a 2 mana catch-all. Kill target creature. Ugin is, of course, the top end, one of the best planeswalkers in the format, next to Elspeth, and maybe the 3 mana Kaito. what's really nice about him, if you haven't seen him before, is that you get to exile a card on cast trigger, so it doesn't even need to resolve. But should it actually resolve, most of the time you're just going to be drawing cards, gaining life, and this is going to gain an insurmountable amount of loyalty, so your opponent's never going to... It's such a grueling battle to try to fight through an Ugin, because either they're just generating a million cards in life, and you're on this huge clock, so if you don't have enough buff, or burst damage, which some decks do, you can't beat the Ugin in that side. The ultimate really doesn't matter that much. Occasionally the mana will matter, but most of the time it's just gaining life, drawing cards. It's the ultimate stabilization card, which then gives you extra exile. Triggers off Solemn, Maze Mind, and Soul Guide. And I guess it's also worth noting that if you cast another Ugin, you get 2 triggers, because this one will see you cast the other Ugin, and then the Ugin will see itself cast. So you get a little extra benefit that way, although replacing your Ugins is probably not where you want to be. In the sideboard here, we have another Seam Rip. Pretty straightforward, really great against low-end decks. We got 4 Duresses for anything that even smells like control. We got some extra Soul Guide Lanterns. Once again, I just kind of like slapped this pile together. I'm not confident in anything that's in here, so do not take my word for gospel. Got some spyglasses. This is something I wanted to try out because of the Kaito, the Elspeths. There might be some other things in the format that I'm not tracking at the moment, but it's a colorless 2-mana way to not only give yourself some information, which that's not the part that you care about. The part that you care about is turning off Elspeth, making her shut up. Regrettably, she'll still have the passive, because WotC loves printing planeswalkers with passives. Those are never problematic. What we have here is 3 Pinnacle Star Cages. It's worth noting that they will eat your own Maze Mind tomes. That can sometimes be a boon in that aspect, because let's say you triggered a few times, you get your benefit out of it, you have to exile the board with Pinnacle Star Cage, and then a lot of people, if they have access to it, will be boarding in Artifact or Enchantment removal against you. They'll pop it off, and then all of a sudden you get your Maze Mind back, so neat. And then I had 2 more sideboard slots that I didn't want to think about. I had some Ancient Vendettas. I didn't like them that much the other week that I played, so I'm just throwing in some Sires, some top end. Maybe I'll be playing against aggro, and something in here will look a little less appealing, probably the Soul Guides, and I could give myself something other than Ugin to put into play eventually and try to control the board, but I don't know. We'll see how it goes. The mana base is pretty straightforward because my mana requirements are pretty not tight. I've got 25 lands here, so I threw in a second Secluded Starforge. This card is always been good. I like it more than the Crawling Barrens. Crawling Barrens can one-shot your opponent, but if they ever have a single removal spell, it's turned off completely. Whereas this just keep pumping out dorks, and for relatively cheap. When I grew up, we had Factory of Urza and Time Spiral. That was 7 to tap to make a 2/2, so I'm just really stoked to pay 5 tap, make a 2/2. 6 mana is a lot cheaper than 8, I'll tell you that much. Other than that, we've got a bunch of dual lands in here. I threw in 2 gain life lands. Once again, didn't think too hard about it. This is just a pile, and we'll see how it goes. I'm fairly certain that if we can get up to Ugin, that will perform. Day Judgment's always going to be good. Ketchermos, if I can get it attacking, that'll be good. And we're just trying to survive and come out the top end. I'm a little less focused on Discord because the amount of Quantum Riddlers in the format. And yeah, other than that, let's see how it goes. I'll catch you guys in the next round. Alright, welcome to round one. We're playing blue-black Ugin control. Remu, if I recall correctly, is playing goblins. Which means Seamrip should be decent. Maze Mind Tome, Ketchermo, Strategic Betrayal. I'm low on lands, but I've got some interaction. I don't have a Wrath. But we'll give it a shot. Maze Mind gives me some health. Looks like they have multiple mulligans going on over there. Maybe? No? Their hand is just twitchy. Oh, yeah, it is multiple. Goblin. Let's just get our friend out. 2 times 0 lands. That is magic, my friend. Incredible. Next. Setting up keep stop. Thing is gonna be impossible to kill. It's something what I want. But I don't have lands. That's a tough one. I guess keep it, use Maze Mind to draw. Yeah, I'm cooked. Cooked, I say. Yeah, we'll just move on. The inability to deal with Howl Squad heavy is going to be the detriment of this list. At least in this matchup. Okay, we don't need these. Seamrip's good. Starcage is decent. Don't care about that. Sire is okay, but I don't think it's better than anything else I've got going on here. Bride's End can deal with the Hell Squad. Day of Judgment can deal with the Hell Squad. This can deal with a bunch of Goblin tokens at once. That might be better than Betrayal. I think this matchup is just miserable. Seamrip, Intimidation, Maze Mind, Strategic. Ketchermos. Maybe we drop a Ketchermos, add in a Strategic again. Oh, this is what I'm vibing. I have a feeling it's going to be a quick round. He has House Squad again. Playing first. Kind of a crappy hand. Got removal, removal, removal. Can't play the Star Cage. Same hand as last time, but worse. I don't know how many times I can take the L on mulliganing though. We'll see how long I can wait for Star Cage. Yeah. Okay, catch your mouse. It gives me something to do. Goblin. Taster Wares. Alright. What do you want? You want a swamp? Here's a swamp. Oh. You can have lands. Not super keen on killing that, but I want my card, so. Show me what you got. Hold a goblin to exile it. I don't want you tasting my stuff. All this seems bad. I'm gonna be real with you. Because once I deal with this guy, if I can deal with this guy, he gets the taster back. And he can just grub's command, keep the taster in play and keep beating me down, which is sort of beneficial in its own way. Oh, he's killing the Ketramos. You bastard. Well. Splashing green for Mutable Explorer. What in the madness? Doesn't matter though. Because he'll just make a copy of Champion of the Weird. Exile doesn't matter. Give all those dudes +1/+1. I'm dead. Alright, you win. GG. Next round. Alright, welcome to round 2. We lost the first round against goblins. My opponent has a Ketramos deck box. So, that implies we have a little bit of a mirror going on. Which is interesting. I can discard them a few times, throw Soul Guide into play. This seems okay. Our strategic betrayals are probably going to be quite good against one another, although theirs are going to be better because if all I have is Ketramos in play. Okay, well, get out of here. Trying to blank. What are they trying to blank? Oh, because it gets the trigger. I see. I see what's going on here. Exile cards, they're getting some life. I'm not sure what the life gain stuff is for, but we'll put this into play to cycle it. Get that out of there. I accept. Fairly certain I won't be able to intimidation tactics anything, so I think my plan is to cycle it. Yeah. Gain some life, do some damage, makes sense. Draw a card. Rizzo. My turn. Hopefully they're kind of a slow dirtly deck, because Ugin would love that. Starforge can now mess with their stuff. Whatever that's worth. Never mind, they've got a demo field. Put a Plains in a plane. I want a card. Didn't they have another land? The black one? Exiles thing? Oh, it's still in their hand, I see. I think I'm just going to be chill. Seam ripping that seems okay, but I want to draw Ketramos first, so I'm just gonna pass. Keep Rad's End up. My turn. Let's keep playing it nice and slow. Yeah, sure. Not particularly bothered by this. There we go. Do some damage, gain some life. Makes perfect sense. Resolve. My turn. Alright, well, I don't want this to go on forever, so I guess now is a good enough time as any to see him around. Oh yeah, you can blink. True. Blankety blink blink. Sure. Then let's blow that up. Get rid of this stupid thing. End the turn. Pressure is off. Dissident, huh? That's good. Ooh. It's a fun blinky card. Boom. What's up? Oh, cool. You're keeping your guy. I like that. That's neat. Let's get Maze Mind down. Pass the turn. Sure. Just take the damage. Yeah, you got a token. Alright, let's get a blocker into play. Ordering's important because I don't want to shuffle right as I'm about to attempt to scry. No. Got nothing else in the graveyard, so once this dies, you can't make more tokens. my turn. Excellent. Come on, Howling Mine, dig me out of this. Land, that's exactly what I wanted. How did you know? Come on, land. Strategic Betrayal. Uh-huh. I'm just gonna make some tokens. Sure. Interesting. Hey, Ketchermos, how you doing, buddy? Been a while, long time no see. Let's get cooking. That one too. Alright. So they really don't know that I'm on the Ugin plan. Spyglass can shut down all their goofy lands should I want to go that route. How low are they? They got some small stuff to cage. Strategic Betrayal really doesn't do much because they got all that fiddly garbage on the ground. Seamrip seems okay. Soul Guide is also okay. Intimidation Tactics. Can grab the Ketchermos before he puts it in play. Sire might be quite good. Don't know what they do against the Sire. Let's get rid of the Soul Guides. They don't do that much. Solemn just blocks mediocrely. Ketchermos, fine. Star Cage, probably not that amazing. It's okay though. I don't know. I want the other seam rip though. Maybe I do it like this. How does this look? Slow and clunky, but maybe that's just this deck. We're just gonna ship it. We're just gonna ship it. This is a slightly miserable hand, but I can find black eventually. Early. Guess we'll give it a shot. Yeah, you don't need that. Maybe you do. Maybe I'm wrong. Oh, okay, never mind. Dark Cage is going way up in value. Uh-huh. You don't need this anymore. I guess I should have waited for the surveil to finish, but... We're not about playing our best here, we're just about playing. Another one. Or did he fetch that? I think he fetched that. Hallia's doing Hallia stuff. Bye, Hallia. My turn. Yep. Let's go find a swamp. So they're kind of choked on mana at the moment. Missed the land drop. I guess they're gonna go find a plains. Yep. All Dawnhand dissidents need to die, though. I can't let them gain infinite value. Eaten alive. Interesting. Didn't see that coming. And there's no 1 mana blinks, so we'll just yoink. Now Sire's online. Probably gonna die instantly, but... There's a card. Gonna hurt him to kill it. Not that hurting him matters. Okay. Interesting. I'm gonna save that to draw a card. I'll sacrifice the token. I'm gonna keep the Sire. Fucking love Starforge. Love it. I do like Dahlia and the Dovahkiin. That is a... Or Hallia and Dovahkiin. It's a neat little combo. Draw a card. Take action. Alright, deck full of pseudo card draw. Let's get on it. Dissident. No. No. No.
Heed my counsel. Knowledge is of equilibrium must be restored.
There we go. Let's get rid of all the things. GG. On to the next round.
Flows as easily as water.
Welcome to round 3. We are fighting against MBI. I have no idea what they're on. They often play reclaimer stylists, but they also like to experiment as well. Let's see here. Seam Rip, Intimidation. This all seems serviceable. Blue-red discard. Alright. Well, I don't want my face mauled off, so we're gonna get rid of him. Riddler. How worth is it? Nah, I don't want to shock it in. Don't want to. Cannot make me. Fourth land? Yeah. Sure. Sure. No good answer to that. Less than ideal. Goodbye other cards. Ketchmouse, my homie. Need you to hold the fort. Need that. Need that health sooner than later. Ugh, destroying my cards. Rude. Prefer you, like, didn't do that, bro. Yeah, this is for going south fast. I think we gotta hunt for a Wrath of God. Yep. Sure.
There's nothing I can't steal. Let's surprise him.
Oh, I'm surprised. Also has Ugin. What in the actual fuck? What is this list? I mean, I'm one to talk playing Ketchmouse Ugin, but
We got this, Pom Pom John. Time to make our move.
it's not a Wrath of God. Trying again. Resolve. Not a Wrath of God. Try again. Draw. Well, that puts me on dead, so let's see what they've got. Show me another card. Alright. I've died. Ugin. Why Ugin? Kaito Ugin. Spyglass has some text here. Mako seems to be the only small card for that. Betrayal seems fine. Rides In seems fine. Soul God Lantern, I don't know how important this is. It can hit Winter Night stories. I think the Spyglass. I just have to rely on Day of Judgment to try to pull me out. Guess. Intimidation tactics. think I'll remove a Seam Rip because I think it can only hit Mako and like tokens. Because like what other small drops would they have? The 2-drop guy, it looks like they're just going big. Having 2 Seam Rips isn't terrible. Sire would be an okay way to get back my health, should I be able to go big. But I think I'll settle on this. Yeah, Day of Judgment Maze Mine too. This is about where I want to be. Keep. Monument and Ashling. Burst Lightning, Winter Night. I can nuke Ashling someday, so I guess we'll get rid of Monument, which is difficult to interact with. Maze Mine Tome. So I think I'm just gonna strategic betray them, get rid of their Ashling, which means I won't have mana for Maze Mine Tome. But how much of a hurry do I need to be for this thing? I think getting it cooking a little bit. We'll see what's on top. Yeah, I want another land. Another Ashling, sure. See what else is going on. Yeah, another strategic. Sure. This works way better because now I can draw a card. Monument. Alright, well. No way to interact with that. Ugin's just gonna have to give me life to survive it. We'll Solemn first. Take action. In a swamp. Take a look. Yeah, we'll keep that, I think. Which Kaito is it? Kaito Cunning Infiltrator. Look at them drawing cards, doing stuff. Mako. My turn. Spyglass. Gonna counter me? It was gonna counter me. Kaito. Cunning Infiltrator. That's the scary one. Get a wee bit of damage in. So 2 monuments is super scary. Catch your mouse. Interesting. Interesting. One exile away from doing catch and mouse stuff. Goodbye, Kaito. Multiple spell purses will be a problem. I could pay for 2. See what you think about this. I'll pay for that. Another one? Nope. Let's draw some cards. Awesome. Do some scrying. Oh. The joys of 25 lands. Oh, that's cool. Hits my indestructible dude just to get the triggers. I love it. So I can see why people are starting to play Phyrexian Etcher or whatever it's called. So many card draws in this format. These mid-range lists. Ow, ow. Yep. Ugin, any day now. Oh wait, Catch Mouse can attack now. Cool. Battle. Boing. "24 cards in deck." And you drawn like almost 20 more cards. Okay. You've got Ugin too. Yep. I don't know if I can beat this even if I have my own Ugin. I try, but bleed me for 6, attack me for more. There's Tersa. Yeah, this is game. Too much. Ugin's a very interesting top end to ramp into with the treasure tokens, or just the fact that he draws cards every turn. Oh! I'm not dead yet. Oh, there we go. Good game. On to round 3. 1 and 2. Welcome to round 4. You're fighting Akamatsu. They have Ugin deck box, so we're probably in the Ugin bracket where everybody's Ugining all the time. If I get a third land, this doesn't look that terrible. I kind of want to go third land, fourth land. Let's keep it. Oh, there's no shot they're Ugining with. Maybe they are. I don't know. We need land. Whatever land-shaped object. That's what I want. What in the hell is this? Makes mana. Sacrifice this creature, deals 6 damage to target creature. Gotcha. We're gonna put this in a play tapped, and we're gonna intimidation tactics. Let's see what they're trying to do. They're trying to hive pool me. Are you... Get out of here, you fucking hive pools. Getting rid of 1, does that even deal with anything? Solemn's their next play. I'm attracted towards getting rid of that. Let's get rid of that. I think hive pool is going to be a huge problem though. Four mana, 5 mana. Well, I'm not letting you hive pool me next turn. But it is coming eventually. So I kind of need Ketramos to take me all the way. Solemn. Yup. I don't... Do I want that? I'm so cooked. Yeah, I think I want that. Yep. Imagine my shock. Okay. Yep. Oh, I got another one. Let's draw a card. Oh. Yeah. Not good. As they say. Every video I get hive pooled. Yeah, let's just pack it in. I can't beat that. Good old hive pool. Okay, Sire can beat hive pool. Can absolutely beat a hive pool. Duressing him can get rid of hive pools. So can intimidation tactics. Seam Rip only hits smaller things. Doesn't look like he's got much going on until that other stuff comes into play. Let's remove you. Bring in Duress. Ride's End seems okay. Strategic Betrayal. They seem equivalent. I don't know what's better, but... Ugh. Not great. So their plan is to hive pool into Ugin just because it's colorless, and I mean hive pool is a threat. It's really slow, but it beats up basically all of my decks because all my decks are slow. Brutal. Keep 6, get rid of this. Play Temple. Yep, need a land. Sure. Yep. Let's try to draw some cards off catcher. Might just let them solemn, but what else am I to do? Oh. That puts them way closer. An interesting idea though to use Hive Pool on an Ugin list. Just ramp up into that, but you don't affect the board much. But like once you... I don't know. I don't know what to think. But I am absolutely getting Ugin. There's no timeline where I'm not. There's our boy.
Fate flows as easily as I scroll. Open your
You can actually
mind to possibility.
pull out the Hive Pool. So Ugin Alt actually has text. 5, 6. Yeah, I don't know. Let's not give him a card. Unless he wants to burst lightning. Pass back. He's got the infinite mana Howling Mine out. Looks like we're going 1-3 this week. This list leaves a lot to be desired. What in the hell?
You've never seen an inferno like me. Oh, I'm just getting started.
Add 3 mana.
One step.
Exile the top 3, choose 1. You may play that card this turn. +1 text. Create a token that's a copy of target creature. Terrible. Deals 8 damage. So it's a set. I'm gonna get double. Yeah, okay. Oh, this is the best. Gotta love it. There's a certain rush losing the cards you've never seen before. So we're in the hive pool waiting room.
Think fast, fight
There
hard.
we go. There's the other one. Beautiful.
Knowledge is a virtue.
See, that card makes sense for what they got cooking. I like that one. Yeah, that's a lot of slivers. Just gonna dome it for 8. Take some damage, hit me for 8.
They don't call me an explosive expert for nothing.
Sure. Why not? It's got haste and double strike.
Open your mind.
What a fun big red list. I love it. Alright, good game, my friend. Off to the post-mortem. Alright, everybody. We are doing a post-mortem on white-black Ugin control. Let's start with the good parts about this deck. I didn't get disqualified for having an illegal list. Secluded Starforge was a cool card that let me sacrifice something that wasn't Sire at one point. And yeah, I think that sums up about what I like about this list. I think the major flaw with this list is that it's kind of living between two worlds, where it's trying to get catcher most value, which in itself doesn't affect the board until you've gotten fully online, and it also wants to be the Ugin list, which 90% of this deck doesn't work towards. The Maze Mind Tome, Ketramos, that isn't a great interaction. Ugin Ketramos, that little interaction there, it doesn't interact with anything. Like it's so narrow that it's win more. The game that I resolved and found Ugin, that worked. That was great. But other than that, this deck is kind of just a slow, janky, white-black control list. Were I to change this deck, I would probably, try to lean more into the Ugin side of things. When it comes to a win condition, the Thrumming Hive Pool is actually somewhat interesting. I don't know how I fully feel about that card, but I know that every time that I'm playing against it, it's a nightmare. But, I'm the main one out here ripping slow, dirtily rogue decks. So, maybe it's just particularly effective against me as a player. I could see moving more in the Ketramos direction, drop the Ugin stuff. I've seen a few really cool Ketramos lists out there. Maybe go in that direction. But yeah, this deck is hot garbage. Even Sorcerer's Spyglass against Kaito, like, it prevented my opponent from playing them. Cool, but then I have no follow-up. Right before this event fired, I had blue for Quantum Riddler in this list, and maybe that was like something that was better than I gave it credit for. I think I didn't have Soul Guide Lanterns, and then I was like -1 on something. Because Riddler with Ketramos is kind of neat, where you can draw 2 cards off your pay 2 Riddler. Also, Riddler giving you something early to continue drawing cards to help you find your top end. That was neat.
But the white-black version, this is not good. In testing, I had Riddler in for most of it, and it was going quite well. So dropping it right before this tournament certainly played a role, probably in me losing, because Riddler is just so damn strong. Yeah, nothing stood out for me in the sideboard. Sire's cool if you can get it into play, but the problem with Sire is that paying 7 life ward rarely matters if you're in the kind of deck that wants to get Sire out. Because, like, what aggressive decks want to put Sire into play? I'm not sure. Maybe there's like an Ashling deck out there with like Vibrance that wants to put Sire into play. Maybe that's a cool direction to go, but yeah, I'm not sure. Either way, that was my pile of garbage for this week. So take this one as a cautionary tale. Don't run this list. If you do, make some significant changes to it. I guess I didn't mention Maze Mind Tome. This card is actually decent. I do like it. Well, Kurt. I think this is if you're playing Ugin, you probably want to be playing Maze Mind Tome. I do like the fact that you can scry the turn that you use it, and scry on the following upkeep really aggressively. To basically turn this into pay 6, draw 2, scry 2. But you can divide up the costs over several turns. You also have the further flexibility of drawing cards with it later. But yeah, I like Maze Mind Tome. Oh yeah, also gain 4 life. That's shouldn't be forgotten. But yeah, Maze Mind Tome is pretty good in the control lists where matchups where you don't want to do much and you just want to keep drawing cards, and then in the aggro matchups you can just use it to scry aggressively and gain life. So I think this card, if the format stays a little slower, this one has some value. But yeah, anyways, that's everything. Enough rambling about this deck. I've said more than it deserves. I'll see you guys next week. Take care.